Okay, so now we will see how we can have a two-level approval on this. So we'll create a workflow and then we'll see based on condition wise how there will be two level of approval will be there. So for this, let me just show you. This is my list. So this is the product list. You can see here it has a title column and then product vendor, product price, and then product status. So product status is a choice column. Now, what will happen is if the product price is greater than let's say 10,000 or something, then what will happen is it will go for an additional level of approval. For example, let's say first time it will go for a manager level approval, and then if the product price greater than 10,000 something, then it will go for a director level approval. If the product price is less than that, then there is only one level approval, which is the manager level approval will happen. So for this, now let's open our SharePoint designer. You can see here, this is the SharePoint designer. I will uh, uh, click on this list workflow. So I'll choose my products list. You can see here, this is the list, products list. And in this products list, I will say product approval workflow. And then what we'll do is we will choose this platform type SharePoint 2013 workflow. Click on OK. Now here I will add the go to stage. So let's say this is the end one. Now here we will write our logic. So the logic will be first time what will happen is it will create a task for the manager if the price is greater than if his price is less than 10,000. So if it's greater than, then obviously it will go for an approval from your director. So I will add a log to history. First of all, I will say product approval started, something like that. And now what we will do is after this, we will go for the manager level approval, because that is any case your manager level approval will be there. So I will say assign a task for the manager. Now you can see here I will say this user. So on this I will say, let's say this is the user, I will be the manager, let's say. So product approval, something like this. And then all the other things are same, like whatever we have we saw it before, that will be same. Now what will happen is we will see whether it is approved or rejected. So I'll put a if any value condition, and here I will say the outcome, basically the workflow variable. Now the workflow variable outcome where our approval will be there. You can see here whatever the outcome, it will be on this variable which is named as outcome. So if it is approved, then something, and else I'll put else branch, and then we will say you can send an email to the user, you can write log to history, you can say product rejected by manager, something like that. It will be like this. Now if it is approved, then what will happen is the product will not approve directly. So what again it will do is it will check for if it will check the price of that particular item. So if you'll see here, I will say I'll put on condition over here. You can see on this condition, actually what I'll add is if any value, so the product price, so current item, and then product price. So I will say product price. You can see here, if it is the value, let's say if it is greater than 2000, then another level of approval will happen. Now if the product price is less than that, then you can see here I will have an else branch where I will say product is approved. So I'll say product is approved by manager whose price is less than 2000. So but if the approval. Now the next thing is, if the price is greater than that, then what it will do is it will assign a task to another person. Let's say we will say this will be the let's say the user one. So this is logged in user, you can see here, and we will say review the product having price greater than 2000, something like this. I'll click on OK and then say OK. Now if you'll see here, um, the product is approved now. Sorry, if we created a task for the approver. So now let's next what we'll do is I will add here a condition. So this time what we'll choose is the outcome is 1. So it will be outcome 1. You can see here outcome 1. If it is approved, we will say that the product is approved by director. So I'll say product approved by director. And if not, so I'll just select this if clause and then there will be else branch. So I'll add a log to history over here. Again, I'll say product is rejected by director. So this is how the flow will go. So for this kind of scenarios, where if this is multi-level approval, but there is a condition over there. If the product price greater than 2000, then only it will approve. So now let's go back to this workflow. I will say the workflow will trigger when the item is added. And now let's see if any error is there. There is no error on that. So now click on publish. So when you will click on publish, now the workflow will attach to that particular list. We'll add a product. First we'll add where we will say the price is less than 2000, and then we'll add a condition where the price will be greater than 2000. Now I'll just refresh the product list. You will be able to see here the yes, product approval workflow is attached to this particular list. And now you can click your add new item. Suppose I will say mobile and the vendor is, let's say, LG. I'll put the price as 200, and let's say the product status is initial state. We will also add some of the states. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's add the status and then we will test the workflow. So now at the beginning, so it will be, let's say the workflow will be in initial state. So let me just show you what are the states are available. So first one is let's say it is initial state, then in progress, then waiting for approval, and approved, like this is there. So to update an item, we will see now how we can use it. So let's say at the beginning, when it will start, the assign a task will start. That time I will update this to waiting for approval or in progress, something like that. Let's say here I will click on update item. So I'll go here, I will say action, and here I will say update item. You can see here this is update list item on this one. And what you will do is we will update the current item. I'll go here, which field we want to update, the product status. So you can see here this is the product status, and the value here we will say, let's say, in progress. Okay, now what we will do is once it is going for approval or it is approved, then what we'll do is we will say the product is approved. So I will go here, I'll add a action into that. So first time what we'll do is we will once the approval comes, then we will if it is approved, then we will update this one to some other status. So for this, now what we'll do is I will this will be the rejected condition, you can see here. So here if you want to have some um, condition, so you can add that. So this is the if, or the if is first one is here approved, and then you can see here this is the rejected condition, so you have to add it here. So you can see here, you will say update list item, you can see add new item, I will say product status, and then you can say some approved or reject. I'll put here, there should have been one action which will be rejected. Let me just put it there. I'll just go to the list settings, and then we will add one rejected condition over there. So I'll go to the list settings, I'll modify that column. You can see here this is the product status. So here we will say rejected by manager, and we'll say rejected by director, something like that, and I'll click on OK. So now let's go here, I'll refresh it, hopefully it will come now. So now we will, you can see here, first one, it is in progress, and then what we'll do is we can approve it. Let's say I'll go here, I will say if outcome is approved, then I'll update the status. So we will say the status approval, product status, it is now approved by your manager. So we'll say approved here, click on OK, and then it will check this item. If it is greater than 2000, then we are going to add something on that. But let's, here is the rejected condition, so I'll add here, we'll say product status, it is rejected by manager, because it is the first condition. So first one is the approval, manager. Now if you'll see here, this one is one where the director is rejecting. So you can go here, you will say update list item, click on this list, add, choose the column, so product status, and now you can say rejected by director, click on OK. And this one, if it is approved, then you can go here, you can say update list item. Oops. We'll say update list item, and then here I will say add the column name, and it is approved. Let's say we'll put approved over there. So now if you'll see, we have updated the condition as well. Check for errors, there is no error, click on publish. So basically now we change the status as well. So apart from writing it into the history based on the approval condition, what we did is we added this update item condition. So now go back to our list. So this is our product list. I'll say new item, and here I will say mobile LG, and the price is, let's say 200. I'll say initial state, something like that, click on save. Now once you click on save, let me just refresh it once. I can see here the workflow is at stage 1. So I'll just open the, just to take the, see the status. You can see here already a task got created. So I should have been get one email. You can see here this is the email that we got, product approval on this one. So click on this email. So I'll go here, edit it, and then I'll say approve. So if you'll see now, the manager has approved it. So now let's go back and see the workflow status. You can see here the workflow is completed now, and you can see here the price of product is approved by manager, whose price is less than 2000, and the second approval is not required, so it didn't execute that, and the workflow is completed itself. Now what we'll do is I will go add new item, and I will say, let's say laptop HP, and then let's say it is 4,000 or 40,000. Now what I'll do is I'll put initial state, click on save. Now if you'll see here, this is still on initial state. Now go back here. The workflow is at stage 1. So first stage, whatever it is, the workflow task will be created for the manager. You can see here the task is created. Let me just, it will come for the other one. You can see here it is still going on. This workflow is not yet started, so you should also receive the email. And if you'll see the status also, it will be, I think it will be the same state, because unless and until will approve, it will not go there. Let me just refresh it. The email should come now. Okay, even if that email is not coming, we'll go here, edit this item, uh, and then I'll say approve it. So from the task list, I just went and then I click on this approve. So once it is approved, now the second condition will get checked here. So let's just a second, let me just check it. Okay, so we have put equals 2000, which is not correct. So it will be, let's say it's greater than 2000, then only it will go up for approval. So we put equal, so that's the reason the condition was not satisfying. Now you can see here I put it greater than. So let's add one more item now. I'll go here, new item, I'll add the same laptop, and I will say this is from SP again. The price is 3000. Initial state, click on save. So now what will happen is the workflow will trigger. Let me just go back here. So this is our actually our workflow. So it created one task over there. I should receive the email. Yeah, you can see here. Now we got one email. So this is this is the email that we got now. So both the emails are coming now actually. Now first level approval, we'll have to do that. So let it just open. From there you can just click on that. You can approve it, or this is the task list. If you are opening the task list, you can go to the task list, and then from there also you will be able to approve it. So both ways is fine. So you can do any way you can approve it. So let me do it from here. I'll go to edit, and then I'll say approved. That means the manager now approved it. So once your manager is approved, you can see here, I'll refresh this. The stage is not yet completed. You can see the second approval is happening. So it is now sent to user one. So if I'll go to the user one, the email, you can see here review of the product, which is price is greater than that. Just click on that. So it will open that task. So click on edit, and then what will happen is you can see here it will say approved. Now the item will be approved. So the second user or the director approved it. So let's go back here. I will refresh the workflow status page. Now you can see here the second one is completed and the workflow is completed. If you'll see now the workflow, it is saying it is approved by the director. At the same time also, if you'll see the stages will also get changed. So now it is approved. So the last stage, whenever anyone is approved, so it will, the status will change to approved now. So this is how you can do a multi-level workflow. There is one more thing that I wanted to tell you here is that if you'll see, we have taken two approvers I have put the names hard coded here, kind of hard coded, where we put the user one. Now we don't know, tomorrow maybe the director will change, maybe the manager will change. So for those things, what we can do is uh, we'll maintain a list for that. Now suppose I will go here, I'll create a list. Suppose I will say I need a approver list. Click on create. So in this approver list, if you'll see, I have a title column, and what I'll do is I will add one more column which is known as the approvers. Let's say that will be a person column. I'll say approvers, and you can see allow selection of groups or personal group, whatever it is there. You can allow multiple selection you can do, or you can say single. Now click on create. Now if you see here, I will add item over here. So first I will say, let's say this is manager, and this is my name, and click on save. Next I'll add one more item where I will say director, and I will add, let's say, the user one. Click on save. So now instead of hard coding there, what we'll do is we'll directly read from here. So tomorrow someone want to change the manager, then they will come to this list and then they will change that. Make sure they will not change this title. So now our approver list is ready. So now go back to our workflow. Let me just refresh it so that the list will be available in SharePoint Designer. So now what we'll do is, so first you can see here we are assigning the task to this particular user. Now click on that. I'll click on this and I'll remove this user. Now what we will do is, you can see here workflow lookup for a user. Click on add, and then from the data source choose the list name. So the list name is approver. You can see here the list name is approver. From field from the source, which field exactly we want to pull, we want to pull the approvers, and let's say we want the email address. So, and what is the condition here? Actually we need to put the condition. So I'll say title is, let's say, manager. So if you'll see, we have taken this one is manager and the other one is director. So click on OK. So it will say some warning message that it will might return more values. Click on OK, OK, and OK. Similarly, now I'll go to the user one, and here what I'll do is I will remove again the user one. I'll follow the same process, workflow lookup for a user. Click on add. I will check workflow variables. Sorry, I'll go to the list. So the list name is approver. And what is the field we want? We want the approvers from there, their email address. And the condition now it is title, and this will be the director. Click on OK. Yes, OK, and OK. Now let me publish this workflow. We will just add one item on that, where the manager approval will happen, and it will now take whoever is the manager there. So if I'll go back to our product list, you can see here this is our product list. I will add here, I will say desktop, HP 100, click on save. Now it will trigger the email, or it will create the task for the user who is the manager there. So if you'll see, the manager is this person, this is my name. So you can see here it now created a task for this user, and the same way also you will receive the email. So you can see here product approval mail is already there, so where you can get this approval. So this way the benefit you will get is, so tomorrow someone wants to change this approvers something, then they will come to the list and change it. You do not need to open the workflow anytime. So this way, what you can do is you can have multi-level approvers. We also see how we can update items, and then also we saw how we can use that how we can take the approvers from a separate list, so from to which you can assign task over there. So this is about your workflows. So you have seen workflows. Now do not forget that at the end of this all this training also there will be some more examples we are going to do, and in the Visual Studio section I will add how we can create a workflow using Visual Studio. So that also we will discuss later. So now what we'll do, what next we'll discuss is we'll next discuss about our master pages. Okay, so here we will see one more designer workflow example where there will be a a product request list, and there is a product master list also where you have the product and the quantities whatever are available. It will have that information, and then there is approver list. So if you'll see in the previous example, what we did is we are putting the approver directly. So maybe we'll just put the username, or you will be having a column name, column as approver, and then you can use that column. But here what I'll show you is how we can take the approvers from a particular list. That means the approver will be maintained from their list, and from there we are going to create the task, and we'll assign the task to that particular user. Now, next thing is also here there is a product master list, and if user will request for a product and some amount, some quantity from of that product, then we will see that, and then once it is approved, then we'll also minus the quantity. Say, let's say, let me show you the list first of all. So if you'll see, this is my product master list. I have a product laptop, smartphone, desktop, headphone, and these are the available quantities. So 100 available quantities are there for each of this product. Now there is an approval list. So let me go to the approval list. So you can see here, this is the approval list where you can see I have a supervisor. This is just a custom list, and there is this is the people picker control, or the person and group control, and here the users. So I have two users and two approvers are there. For example, if I want to create a task for supervisor, then it should assign to this user, and if I have a task for product manager, then it should take this user. Now what benefit you will get is tomorrow, let's say the approver got changed, then you don't need to open the designer workflow. You can just change this in this list, so that the approver will be changed from here. Now next what we will do is we will create a workflow now, and I will show you both things how we are doing on this. So let me first open SharePoint Designer. So this is my SharePoint Designer site. So I'll connect to this particular site collection. So this is my site. So I will go here, open. And here one more important thing that we will see is, let's say user requested for 20 product from a laptop, then it should the product should be minus from the product master list. So that means the product master list should have, after the approval, it should have 80 or quantity of that particular product. So now it is opening the SharePoint site. We will create a workflow for that particular list, which will be our product request list, because uh, this will be the list for which we are going to create the workflow, because the other list are the master list and the approval list. User will not directly communicate with that list. User will come here and they will request a product. Now, yeah, our site got open. So I'll click on this workflows. Now, next what I'll do. So we'll create a list workflow. I'll click on this from the ribbon list workflow, and I will choose my product request list. You can see here, click on this. Now, next what we'll do is we'll give a name for this workflow. I will say product request workflow. And then what I'll do is we'll give a description. Make sure to choose SharePoint 2013 workflow platform. Click on OK. Now once it will open the workflow designer, we will see how we can use our assign a task action to assign a task for that particular user, maybe the supervisor, maybe the product manager, maybe sometimes it will be for both the people. So for the transition state, I will say go to a stage and I will say end workflow. Okay, now this is the workflow. This is the stage where we will write our workflow logic. So if I'll show you here, now whenever a user will request for a product, then it should assign first a task to the supervisor. Now for this particular example, we will check the supervisor, but you can take anything. So you can take any other user. So I mean any other approval if you have, so you can take that. But for this particular example, let's just focus on one approver. Now for this, what I'll do is I will go here and I can choose assign a task workflow action. And if you'll see here, if you remember correctly, so when you click on this user, then you can put a participant on this. So the participant may be a particular user. Let's say I can give directly this user, so the task will got created. Or if you have, let's say, a column, so for example, let's say I will say current item, then maybe created by the user. So or if you have any column, so you can take that column and then you can consider this as your approver. But here what we'll do is we will read it from the list that we have maintained, so from this approval list. So for this, what we'll do is click on this workflow lookup for a user, click on add, and here let's select our approver list. You can see here, so once I choose my approver list, it is asking me which one, so which one we required here. Now we required from the approver list the approval column. If I'll show you the list, now from this list we want this approver. So for that reason I choose approver, and let's say we will take the email address, anything you can take, that doesn't matter. Next thing is what we this find the list item. Now this is the section where you have to put the condition. So for example, here what I required where the title is supervisor, because I need the supervisor approval. So for this, what I'll do is I will say field. So which field we will say the title field, and what will be the value. So where the title field value is, let's say I will type supervisor. This should be the same a name or same title whatever is there. So you can see here, this should be the value that it should contain. So I'll just copy it once again, so I will put it here. That means what exactly this will do is this will pull out the approver email address where the title is basically the where the title is supervisor. So it will take that field. Now click on OK. So it is showing a message that it's not guaranteed that it will return one value, which is fine. Then click on yes. Okay. And then we'll put a task title. So new task assigned, something like that. We'll just put a task for this. Now next what we'll do is we will see if the task is approved, then we have to reduce the quantity from the master list. So now if I'll come here, I will check the condition. So if any value equals to value, and here we will say the workflow variable. So if the outcome is approved, now we have to do something, and then we will also add a else condition on that. So I'll just select the if, and then I'll click here else branch. You can see here now the else branch come, and for here if you'll see, now we have to use something to calculate it, because if it is approved, you can previously we have also send emails, so those things we can do. But now mainly what we can do, what we have to use here is we have to use the calculate. We'll have to do a calculation uh, which will minus the total quantity from the quantity that whatever user has been requested. So and then we have to update in the master list that this many things has been now it has been updated. So for this, what I will do is I will go here and I will go to actions, and then we will use do calculation action. So we'll use this action. It will be available on under core action. So click on do calculation. So if you'll see here now, what it is saying is calculate the value plus, or here you can use plus minus, something like this. These things are available, and this will be stored in a variable called calc. You can use your own variable also. Now for this value, what we have to actually do here is we will have to do minus from our available product quantity. So whatever the quantity available for this particular product, and minus whatever the quantity has been requested from the user. Now for this, what we'll do is, it is not current item. We are not doing calculation on the current item. Rather, we are calculating from the product master. So if I'll go to the product master, so again, if you'll see here, so which field we are going to calculate. So we are going to calculate the quantity or the product quantity. Let me just check the field. So the column name is, let's say here it is available quantity. So I will choose here available quantity. So this will be the calculation that will happen. Now we are not going to minus for every item. For example, let's say here user will select or requested for a product only for laptop. Then in that case, it will just divide or minus it from the laptop, not from other things. Now for this, we will have to do again the same thing. So we will say title, and then what will be the what will be the uh, what will be the product that we are going to do here, or we are what will be the matching product. So this is the matching product. We have to match it from the current item product name, and then this one, right? So for this title, so for this, what we'll do is we will go here and we will say current item, and then the product title. So if you'll see here, now we will go here title. So I have renamed that column. So you can see here, you can choose this title column. So whatever the title it will come, so that matches whatever the field will match, that it will do. Now click on yes. So you can see here, now we are not doing plus, we are doing minus, and minus from where we are going to do the minus. So the minus will happen on the current item and the quantity. So you can click on OK. Now you can see here we have whatever the value it will calculate, it will be on this variable. Now next, what we have to do is we have to update on the list item. We have to update the master list. So I'll go here, I will choose the product master. So if you'll see here, we'll have to update the product master. I'll click on add, and the available quantity. So what will be the value? The value will be from the workflow variable calculate, because whatever the calculation happened, it is there in this variable. So we have to add it. Now on what basis we'll add it? So same condition we have to put, because it should not update all the fields or all the rows. So now then we have to put here current item and then title. So you can see here, now click on OK, yes, and OK. So now you can see here it will update this value, and just for the sake of something, we will put some uh, log to history action. So we will say workflow started, and then we can write it somewhere. We will write one more action here. We will say item rejected. That anything you can do, you can put your logics over there. So approval rejected, and we will also add one more thing here. We will say product request approved. So here we will, let's give a meaningful name also here. So product request rejected. Now if you'll see here, now our workflow is almost ready. So you can see here, now it is ready. So what we'll do now is we will see we will publish this workflow. But before that, let me just go here. Let's say we want to start this workflow when an item is created. So click on publish. So now the workflow will publish to that particular list, which will be our product request list. Now in this request list, what I'll do is, so first, as we said, we have created a task for the supervisor. So I have logged in with the supervisor in another incognito window. So now for this, what I will do is I will go to so this is my login actually. So you can see here, this is for one user. He's not in the approver list. So I will go here, and if you want to see whether the workflow is attached or not, I will be able to see here. It will add that column in the view. You can see here, this is our workflow column that has been added. So now here I will add one item here. So now you have to give a name like your this product, because the product should be available here. You can give you can have a lookup column, you can do that. Let me just, I know this, so I'll put the laptop, and let's say I want 15 quantity. I'll click on save. So now when I click on save, let me log in with the other user. I will open the email. So on this, now what it should do is the user should get one workflow approval request. So let me just check we'll go here and we will check the workflow. So click on OK now. I just refresh this page so that we can go to the workflow details page. You can see here, I'll just click on this workflow details. Now you will be able to see here, it will add something in the workflow history list also. You can see here. So this is the workflow details page. Workflow started is already, it has been written to the workflow history list. And we have also a task got created. You can see here. Now if I'll open the email, the user should have been received one email here. So if you'll see here, now there is you have a new task, and this is the task. So you can click on this. Now once the user will approve it, or the approver will approve it, you will be able to see that the quantity will be reduced from there. So now the product master should have been updated with 85. Now before that, let me just show you that the task got created on this user because it pick up the approver from here, the supervisor that we have given this condition. And so it created a task for this. Let's say I'll say approved. So once it is approved, our workflow should be completed. Let me go to the workflow page. So you can see here, this is our workflow details page. So this is our workflow details page. I will just click on refresh. So now it should show the workflow status should be completed, and it should now the task, which you can see here, the task outcome is approved. This is also completed. We have our log to history also, where we wrote product request approved. Now go to the master list. So if I'll go to the product master list, you can see here, now you can see 100 is there. If I'll refresh it, now it should have been 85. So you can see here, now it is loading. You can see here, now it is 85. So this way you can see here, now it is 85, all other things, because user has not requested for it. And so if it is only updating the record whichever the product that the user has been requested. So this way you can see how we can use two useful things. One thing is how we can assign a task to users where the users has been picked from a SharePoint list, and the other one is we did some calculation where we update in another list whatever, based on whatever the quantity that is available, and whatever we did minus from that. So this way you will be able to use this calculate workflow action, and you can assign the task in the assign a task action. So hopefully you like it. So we'll see some more examples on that also.